Hello and welcome to News Across Nigeria. I'm Olumide Macaulay. Coming up on the program, President Muhammadu Buhari is on a two-day visit to Lagos, attends Bola Tinubu Colloquium. DPR seals stations in Kogi, Cross River states. And the Cross River State government supports and that road to recovery for that rape victim in Cross River State has begun. We'll get to that story later. We want to welcome you once again to the program and begin in the southwest region. President Muhammadu Buhari is in Lagos State on a two-day visit. Working visit. One of the major events that brought him to Lagos is the 10th edition of the Bola Tinubu Colloquium, put together to mark the elder statesman's 66th birthday. The president harped on the theme of investing in the people who voted him into power.
We as a people and our nation are in the midst of a great endeavor. We seek the change, the ways and means of our collective existence. We seek to construct a nation where leaders no longer rule by whim, but by government according to law and for the betterment of the people. Forums such as this present ideas and spark important discussions that enliven our national discourse and enrich our policy options. We seek to rebuild what has been wrongfully constructed and to plant a firm foundation for progress where nothing now exists. Our goal is to bring together every section of the nation and every Nigerian of every creed, every region and ethnic group in mutually beneficial, productive, social, economic, and political relationship. To accomplish our historic mission, we must invest in people. Here, I can say that the expenditures made by this government constitute investment in and for the people. We depend on the people to govern. This government recognizes this. Hence, our investment in critical areas that touch the lives of people directly. Social investments program, the school feeding program, massive investment in agriculture, a sector that employs over 65% of our people. We strive to set Nigeria on an irreversible path of growth and development.
President Muhammadu Buhari, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. On his part, the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, spoke about the efforts of this administration to fight corruption by plugging leakages and reinvesting the money on massive infrastructural projects.
Nigeria is unlike any other country because of the level of corruption that was perpetrated. We must stop that corruption, and that's why we're so committed. When you fight corruption the way we are fighting corruption, corruption is going to fight back. $3 billion was lost to something called the Strategic Alliance Contracts in NNPC. $3 billion. The people simply took the oil and never paid back. Now, the same $3 billion, the Minister of Finance sat with us at a meeting of the Economic Management team, and we're proposing, in fact, right now, that has already been, because $3 billion is about ₦1 trillion. We are now proposing the following roads for the same $3 billion: Abuja Kaduna Kano Road, Second Niger Bridge, Enugu Port Harcourt Road, Eastward Road, Shagamu Orebini Road, Kano Maiduguri Road, Abuja Lafia Akwanga Kefi Road, and Lagos Abeokuta, the old road. All for the same $3 billion. That is why the criminal looting of this country cannot be allowed to continue. And those who did it must be held to account.
Professor Yemi Osinbajo, Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Meanwhile, at that event, the national leader of the All Progressives Congress, Chief Bola Tinubu, has taken a swipe at the critics of President Muhammadu Buhari, especially those he describes as writers of political letters. Chief Tinubu, who was speaking in Lagos at the colloquium in honor of his 66th birthday, commended the president's approach to governance, saying he successfully steered the nation away from an imminent crash. According to the former governor of Lagos State, the APC is on a rescue mission, and the party under Buhari's leadership will midwife Nigeria's path to recovery.
I remember my grandmother used to send me to a letter writer in the post office of those days and near the magistrate court. So somebody who is writing letters these days, a letter of politics, bad belly letters, don't worry. I am happy the president can change the course of this ship in wreckage, the ship of this country that is headed the wrong direction. To steer the ship back or anchor before the final crash, it was necessary. And we started the journey. The voyage is on. The voyage of hope. The voyage that we are reclaiming Nigeria. We are retooling Nigeria. We are reinventing Nigeria. We are redirecting Nigeria.
Elsewhere, the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, is seeking the assistance of the Inspector General of Police to stop votes buying during elections. The INEC chairman made the appeal at a meeting with Mr. Ibrahim Idris in Abuja. Professor Yakubu used the opportunity to provide the sequence for elections in Osun and Ekiti states.
Let me, on behalf of the Commission, welcome the Inspector General of Police for what is essentially a routine visit in preparation not just for the 2019 general elections, but of the two major elections that we are conducting this year before the 2019 general elections. Here we are specifically referring to the governorship elections holding in Ekiti and Osun states. We'll be happy if the police will deploy special forces, beginning with Ekiti and Osun, to ensure that what transpires at the polling units is nothing but the will of Nigerians. Only the votes cast freely by citizens will determine who wins the elections, not inducement of citizens by the use of cash at polling units during elections. I'm confident that given the level of cooperation and synergy we have with the police, this matter will be addressed.
The stealing of petrol stations for sharp practices across the country hasn't stopped. We'll tell you where the latest culprits are on News Across Nigeria. Please stay with us.